Ha 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 ha. I'm early today. I'm early today. Yes, yes, yes. Won't catch me slipping. I'm early today. Yes, I got something I'm excited to show you. Let me put my little self on the screen because I've got something I'm excited to share. Yes, yes, and yes. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. Check it out. We are at over 500 subscribers. Woohoo! Do you all see that? We are at over 500 subscribers at this point. And wow, right, over 500 subscribers. And whoo, I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I'm excited. I've really been doing YouTube for a couple of months really steady. I've like really decided I was going to lean in to YouTube. Probably it was maybe 2 months ago. I decided to really push it and really, I have so much content because we've done this for a while, and I've every time we are on live or on, in my community, I record all of that. So I've got videos for years. I got lots and lots of videos. And shoot, the hardest thing to do was to go back and was to go back and grab that content and bring it forward in a relevant way, because I don't just want to be tossing out videos all willy nilly. But when I decided I really was going to lean in, so anyway, we're at 500 subscribers. We're at 500 subscribers on our channel. I'm super excited about that. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. So we are doing 2 o'clock live today. We're 2 o'clock live in right now. It is the time 2 o'clock live. Yes, 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 yes. We're doing 2 o'clock live today. Our topic today is, what are the best times to sell options? What are the best times to sell options? Basically, times of the day or times of the week. That's what we're doing today. We're going to talk about. I also want to share that the market at this point, we're right at 2 o'clock, and FOMC is having an announcement here in a second, and you're going to see how the market will move really crazy and really wonky when you're getting those kind of things, when you're getting those kind of announcements. I'm trying to get my Thinkorswim open up. I should have opened it ahead of time. But shoot, if you hang out with me to the end, y'all know we'll do a trade at the end, because today's a good day to wait till the end of the day, because you do not, if you saw my TikTok video from earlier today, you do not want to be jumping in there too early. Let me see if I can put it in the chat. You do not want to be jumping in there too early, and then you're sitting around like your trade goes south just because you are in front of a train. Because that's really where you can be, is in front of a train if you're not careful. When you're going to end up with these FOMC days, you got these big announcements that are happening that are going to move the market. You don't want to be getting into trades too early. If you've got a plan, maybe you can use our PDT hack. That may help you in some cases, but you listen, it's just not worth it. You might as well, watching is a strategy. We talk about the strategies. Watching is a strategy. Deciding you're just going to watch, that's a whole strategy, right? You can definitely do that. Watch and see what's going on. I want to share my screen again, so that way we can see. Let me move this over here so that way we all can have access. And this time I'm going to do better about bringing this down. And I'm going to, oh, now I can't see it. Shoot. Okay, hold please. There we go. I hate to have to look above the screen like this, but that's the way it goes. No, that's not what I wanted. Got to click the right buttons. Mute. I need to put so it always picks the same thing every time. All right. There we go. I want you to be able to see, and I'm going to change this to like the 5-minute chart. This is SPX. This is what's happening, real time. I may can put it on a 2-minute chart This is what's happening in real time with the announcement with the Feds. The FOMC is talking about interest rates. And these are the kinds of things you need to be mindful of. Notice this is what just happened at the time of the announcement. The price went from, it opened at 45.55 and then it bumped up to 45.60. That's a 5-point jump in a 2-minute mark. It hit some resistance, which 45.50, 60 is pretty good resistance anyway. And then it's falling back down. A lot of times this first initial move when you're in these announcement days, and I think the announcement really doesn't happen until 2:30 from what I understand, but at 2 o'clock, hey there, at 2 o'clock, the FOMC does talk a little bit. Hey there, Saeed and Jamie, y'all, thank y'all for coming and hanging out. I didn't make our little usual announcement today. I usually put an announcement up and says, I'm going live. Today I was focused on something else. This is what's going on with SPX right now. So this is a 2-minute chart. So each one of these candles is 2 minutes worth of data, right? 2 minutes worth of data. Let's look at what the market has done, what S&P has done today while we've been waiting for this to happen. I'm going here, opening up today. Y'all see this roller coaster ride? I hope y'all can see this roller coaster. It opened here, did a little up, down, up, 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 hit a thing and went down. It's been going down, since about 9:45, looks like 9:42. It's been going down. It came down to 45.53, hit some support down here. Might want to move this line. That way we know that this is a support line. Moved it right down here. Pretty good support there. Bounced off of there and went up back to where we started, back to the high of the day, which is up here. Hit that resistance level that we marked yesterday. It looks like that's green, so that means it's a gap, or was a gap. Maybe it went in there a little bit and came back. Hit that and bounced, came back down to the same line. This is just a roller coaster ride. That's what it's been doing today. It's just riding like a roller coaster. Hey, everybody. Tu hablas español. Sí. I don't know if Cynthia speaks Spanish. She might. She sounds like she may speak Spanish. Anand, hey there. She's moving on up like George and Wheezy. Yep, the movement of today has just been crazy. Roller coaster ride. And see, this is the kind of stuff, as a seller, those levels of volatility is not the business for us. This is not the business for us, right? But we wait until we see what direction really has been established. Some people would think because it was going down here that was the direction that was established. And if you can get in on a trade, then you can ride this down a little bit. If you are a seller, you get the call credit spread. But see, for all you know, once we get out of this announcement later, it's going to run to the moon, the proverbial moon. And your good call credit spread could potentially be shot, because as sellers, our goal in our community is to get into the trades that we can let go and expire worthless. We're shooting for expiring worthless. So our question was for today was, when's a good time to sell options? When is a good time to sell options, right? If you hang out with me to the end, we'll make sure we get us a trade. So y'all don't be trying to jump off and leave me hanging. All right, y'all hang on in here. A good time, if you're going to trade, or if you're going to sell options and you're going to sell them for the day, you've got a couple of times, and these times are coming with I'm putting them out with like criteria. If you want to put it there, I'm putting them out with criteria. I'm leaving this chart up because I want you to be able to see what SPX is doing while I'm talking. Not that you don't have your own computers running, but I just want you to see what's happening here while I'm talking. But in the morning, if you decide you want to capture the volatility of the morning, or you want to get good trades first thing in the morning, then you're going to need to utilize a system or some type of strategy that allows you to lock in your profits. Keeping in mind, as a seller of daily options, if you're trading SPX or XSP for daily options, I'm selling, so I want you to all clear Catch what I'm, pick up what I'm putting down. We're a seller. Our objective is to enter a trade today that will expire worthless at the end of the day, right? So that's our objective. That's our overreaching objective. It means when we enter a trade, we're planning to enter it and stay in that trade for the remainder of the day. As a seller, time decay is our friend. So the closer to expiration we are, the better. We don't need to pop in at 9:30 per se, not for the volatility movement or to capture those things. We don't need to do that. But for some people's life and the way their circumstances set up, maybe they've got time in the morning. I got time in the morning. Maybe they got time in the morning, and that's when it would suit their life better, right? So we do have a strategy that goes with getting on in the morning. You would set your trade up. You would use the PDT hack, which I teach. The ticker is running along the bottom, talking about how do you use the PDT hack to lock in your profits if you want to trade in the morning. Some people want to get on 9:30, 10 o'clock, 10:15, grab a die, see what direction we're going, run with the trade that is there, and a breakout, because we actually use the breakout strategy. Go with the breakout, use that PDT hack to lock in your profits, and then you can go on about your day. You can go about your day. You ain't even got to worry about, what is my trade going to do? You can, I'm trying to see if my phone is moving. It is. It's sliding. You can go on about your day. I don't want it to take me out of the screen. I'm looking at the Instagram camera. How far will it go? Anyway, it's going too far. There we go. You're going too far. Doing too much. There we are. But back to my point. If you're going to do trading in the morning and you want to catch hold of that extra volatility and the good premiums in the morning, you need to have a PDT hack. That way you can set your profit and you can go on about your day and not have to worry about that trade, right? You need to use those things in the morning. Breakout, PDT hack, strategy. Again, you can watch the ticker at the bottom and grab hold to that training, because we really have fine-tuned it very nicely to make it work for us. Another good time to sell options for the daily, if you're selling daily options, a good time to sell daily options could be around 12:30, 1 o'clock. At 12 to 1. I'll go with the noon time hour. Why is that a good time? That's a good time because the morning has already established. Generally, a high of the day and the low of the day are generally established in the morning. And I'm saying that, I'm emphasizing the generally. They are generally established in the morning, high of the day, low of the day. It has done the 10 o'clock turnaround where it goes a spot, it hits, whether that's up or down, it turns around, goes the other way. You usually, by the time you get to 12 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, 12, 1 o'clock, the high and the low of the day have been established. Okay. With that being the case, you can use that high and low of the day to help you determine what strikes the price or where you think the price won't go. Where do you think the price won't go for the rest of the day? That's what we're after. As sellers, we want to find places where the price won't go. We want to be out of the money. We want to be out of the money as sellers. Buyers want to be in the money. Sellers want to be out of the money, which basically means we don't want price at our strike. That's out of the money. We want the strike price or the price of the stock to not be at our strike. We want the price of the stock to not be at our strike. That's what we want. We want to be out of the money. Right? So 12, 1 o'clock, we got another strategy that we use middle of the day. Some people are super busy in the morning. Like for me, when the market opens at 9:30, I'm teaching. I'm like deep in the heart. I teach at 9 o'clock. So at 9:30, I've got 22 eyes staring at me. Not the time for me to be opening up my platform and pulling up trades and hoping it all goes well. No. Them kids will be looking, and they're not kids, they're adults, but they're kids. They're looking like, what we doing next? I can't, I teach college students, but they're still looking to me for direction. So the market open is at a time that suits my life right now. It doesn't suit my life for 2 more weeks, Jesus. Actually, 1 more week. One more week, Jesus. And then I'm gonna be back on summer break for a couple more weeks. So yeah, you can look, but some of you have lunchtime where you're free from 12 to 1, 11:30 to 1, somewhere in there. You've got some free time where you can look at your chart, you can look at what's happened in the morning, and you can decide your trades and put in some orders that will last you for the remainder of the day. There's a strategy to go with that. In case you were wondering, there's a strategy to go with that, right? You don't just willy-nilly it. No, sir. There's levels to this. There's levels to this. All right. Morning, a good time to sell daily options. Middle of the day, a good time to sell daily options. Last but not least, power hour. You can trade or sell options and during power hour. That means you're only releasing your capital to the market for an hour or less. Our strategy includes like 2:30 to 2:30. You can get in, like even when I'm on this call with you all, we look at XSP numbers at 2:30. So XSP, you kind of got to do a little bit earlier because the prices aren't moving as much. So you have to maybe get into those a little bit earlier so you can make sure you get some premiums that are worth talking about. But SPX, you can get in 2:30, 3 o'clock, 3:30, 3:45. Shoot, I've gotten into trades at 3:57, 3:58. Talk about last minute say. But as a seller, all I got to figure out is where will price not go? Where will price not go by 4 o'clock? That's what I need to know. And once I know this, I can release my capital, release my collateral, because I'm not even releasing my money. I'm allowing the broker to block up my collateral while I run this trade. I'm not even spending a dime. I'm not spending. As a seller, you don't spend any money. I'm not spending anything. I'm allowing the broker to put my money to the side like a deposit while this trade is running, but I'm not spending any money. You don't have to pay to play when you're a seller. Sellers receive payment. They receive payment, right? Okay, so we've got 3 times. In the morning, you got to make sure you got a strategy that includes the PDT hack. Maybe use the breakout to help you decide which way we're going. Middle of the day, you've got the time to use your high of the day and the low of the day to help you figure out your strikes. The 3 o'clock, you got the same thing going. You got the data from all day. So the data points during the day have established, you've seen some support and resistance levels. Enough has happened in the day. If it's been going up all day, you can say, well, it's been going up all day. I probably should do a put credit spread. It's been going down all day. I should do a call credit spread. Capture your premiums, ride along with the trend, and collect your munties. And collect your munties. Those are 3 times that you're going to, you can enter sellers trades as option sellers. Now we do credit spreads. When we do SPX and XSP, those are credit spreads for us. Credit spreads. So you don't even have to leverage that much collateral depending on which one you're doing. If you're doing SPX, you have to leverage $500 of collateral. That's how much the spread is. The spread is $500 or 5. It's a 5 spread times 100 stock shares, which gives you $500 of collateral. Okay. On XSP, you only have a 1 spread times 100 means you're going to leverage $100. Means you're leveraging $100 there minus whatever premiums you took in. That's how much you're putting on the line if you're doing XSP. I put the link in the chat with no video I did. I think it might have been a TikTok video. I put it at the top. It's on YouTube, but it basically talks about, do you trade FOM before FOMC announcements? No. Unless you got a good plan and a strategy for when how you're gonna lock in your money. I generally don't, because now sometimes before the announcements are made, there's a lot of chop that happens. It's called chop, where the prices are doing what y'all saw it doing today, where it's just going up and down. There's a lot of choppiness. Chop. This is going up, it's going down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down. That's what's going on here. It's just up, down, up, down. All this chop. See how it came right up here? It ran up from the announcement or whatever happened at 2 o'clock, hit this moving average and fell back down. to another moving average, and it's still just moving around. And actually, we're still waiting. At 2:30 is the time that we're going to hear the rate hike or not, or no, rate hike or no. I think 2 o'clock was where somebody was going to speak, or something was happening, and then the meeting minutes were coming out at 2:30. I might have that backwards, but I know there's two things happening. One is happening at 2 and one is happening at 2:30. Okay. Now, if you're looking at things like other strategies for sellers, like if you're talking about cash secure puts or covered calls, the best time to enter those trades would be earlier, could be earlier in the week, whether that is, Monday or Tuesday for selling puts, doing your covered calls. Actually, if you're doing credit spreads for a stock, other than doing your daily SPX and XSP, if you're doing credit spreads for other stocks, Monday or Tuesday is still good for those too. Monday or Tuesday. I'm a little leery, quote unquote, about weekend stuff. Seems like the weekends, a lot of things happen. So if I can avoid the weekend, holding a trade over the weekend, I do. A lot of times, though, I do like the premiums that you get on a Thursday or a Friday for the subsequent Friday expiration, because you get good premiums. But the good premiums, I have to ask myself, are the good premiums worth the trade-off for the hassle you're going to be feeling over the weekend? Sometimes no, sometimes yes. It depends on the stock I'm trading, right? Okay, now that's good, let's switch over. I'm going to switch us over. I want you, if you're on the YouTube channel, y'all already saw my 500 subscribers. Yes, we got 500 subscribers, baby. Woo! Tell your friends, tell your cousins, tell your mamas and your daddies, tell everybody you know that Arlissa is at 500 subscribers and she's still trying to grow. We haven't reached the pinnacle. No. I'm celebrating my milestones along the way, but we have not arrived, right? We're still going. Now we need to get our watch hours up, continue to get watch hours. Yes. Thank you. I know y'all are congratulating me in your heads. I appreciate it. Let's look here for XSP while we wait. We're still waiting. I see the market is trying to do its thing. We're not entering this trade until after 2:30. We need to be able to see what happens and which way. At this point, you don't have, it appears that we have a decent looking direction. If you look in here, it looks like we're going up. But notice we keep we're really hitting this resistance area up here. So until we can get in here and see which way we're actually going, we're going to give it a minute. Gonna give it a minute to come up with that. Hey, come on, let's move around a little bit. Thank you. Appreciate the congratulations. Make sure that you check us out, first of all, on YouTube. Make sure that you subscribe to the channel over on YouTube. I'm giving this a minute so that way we can wait for the announcement to come, the meeting minutes to be released. Also, we have a Facebook group. The Facebook group is Educator2Trader. If you'd like to join our Facebook group, it's free. You can go over to Educator2Trader on Facebook and, ask to join or whatever, and we'll check you out and make sure you answer the questions, because people who don't answer the questions or answer them looking crazy, because we've had people come into the group who, have ulterior motives. So people got ulterior motives. We have to sometimes do some screening. That doesn't mean some don't get through, but they do. So if you please answer the questions for us, if you're going to come and join the Facebook group. You can find me on Instagram. I'm over on Instagram. I make posts and stuff over there about some of the weekly trades on things like cash secure puts and covered calls and just various information points about the stock market and stock options as a seller, because that's what I am. I'm a seller's coach. I coach option sellers. I know we don't hear a whole lot about option sellers. It seems to be coming up a bit. The interest level seems to be coming up, but that's what we do. Ms. Peacock says that the Fed raised 25 basis points. I heard on the news just now. I'm not shocked about that, to be honest. I'm not shocked that they raised it 25 basis points, because I read someplace else that there's not going to be, this same meeting won't happen in August. So if they were to leave it the way it is, they paused it last month. If they didn't do anything this month, they were going to have to basically wait another extra month before they could do anything. So I'm not actually surprised that they went ahead and raised it 25 basis points. And that August, there won't be an announcement in August. So there won't be anything. That maybe everybody goes on vacation. Maybe the Fed. Does the Fed take a summer break, y'all think? Do they have a summer session break? They probably do. And maybe it's in August. Maybe that's why they don't do a meeting in August. That's just me speculating right there because I don't know about that. But that could be it. But see here, we've got our prices already starting to come down a bit. Come down a bit. Got a little volatility. I wonder if anybody did straddles today. Straddles, this can be potentially a good day to do straddles because you can capture the move going either direction. Now, straddles is a buying strategy. I'm not really a buyer of options, but if you want to capture high volatility like today, things like today, you can do straddles, and straddles allows you to do a call and a put, and whichever way it goes the hardest, you can end up making a profit because of the unidirectional, the one directional thing. It goes on that way. Alrighty, so I'm going to look here. Go ahead. I think I covered. Oh, don't forget, I'm on TikTok and I'm on Twitter. If you're a Twitter bite, I'm there. I'm in all the places. We're in all the places. Oh, our membership. We have a membership going where in the morning we talk about the things like the days when we're going to have FOMC meetings. We talk about all these kind of meetings and announcements and whatever's going on. We talk about all of that stuff in the morning. What is a good pre-market prep? We prep ourselves for the market for the day. Y'all see this big old candle forming? We prep ourselves for the market for the day. Yeah, you can do a sim. Jimmy said you got a sim straddle at 45.55. Let us know how it goes. And so we do a pre-market call where we talk about what things are expected during the day. We can, answer any questions we have or make some stuff clarified or whatever for different things we could do for the day. And we provide just a community of people to hang out and trade together. We're trading together in our community. So that's how that goes for us. And you can join that membership. All the stuff I'm talking about is over at my website, Educator2Trader.com. All of the trainings are there for every seller's topic I've just talked about. You can find a training for it over at my website, Educator2Trader.com. Okay, so now we look like we may be picking a direction. Let's go see what's going on as far as premiums go. Still want to give it a minute. Again, as a seller, we don't have to jump in super fast. Looks like call credit spread may be a good way to go because the market has fallen a bit, but we're coming right back down to this support. So let's see what that really means, because it might come right back down to this support level. This is the support for 455.29. I'm looking at XSP. I'm not looking at SPX. But you even see that this long wick, it came right down to that support level, and it's not able. Even when this big candle came down here, boop, the bulls are like, no, sir. No, so the bears are saying, let's go down. I'm going down. That's what the bears are saying. And the bulls are like, not so. That's what the bulls are saying. Not so. See this? Okay, so let's look underneath here. 455. You can tell that is some good support. 455 on the put side. Let's see our probability out of the money. 83 is 453, has a probability of 84% out of the money. If you're feeling a little more froggy, you can go with 454. A little bit more froggy, you can go at 454. Let's switch over to vertical and see what we see on 453 and 454. Okay, 453, you can collect $10 right here in premiums. And if you go the one more to 454, now the plus minus 2, I probably would go with the 450. See, I would go at 454, but it would be safer to do 453. Be safer. Better be safe than sorry. $11 you're going to collect at 453. Sounds good. 452, 453. You're collecting $11. You're going to leverage $89 of collateral. You're collecting 11 and you're 2.5 points away from current price. 2.5 points away from current price. Now you could look at these numbers. You could look at these numbers and then check out your chart, see what's going on here. Give it a little more time. Again, as sellers, we don't have to rush into the market at all. You got all the way up until 4 o'clock Eastern Standard Time to place a trade. You don't have to be in any rush. If you want to give it a minute and let the dust settle from the meeting minutes coming out, then, feel absolutely free to do that. I'm looking at some numbers for y'all because, or with y'all, we're looking together because we're going to wrap up our call here in a minute. Let's look at what we got on the top side as far as probability out of the money. It looks like 458 is an 80% probability out of the money. 459 is an 88%. So 458 or 459. Let's look there. May not be much money up there because price is at 455. 458. Oh, there we go. $13 you can collect, or 459 you can collect $8. $8. You can always adjust this. Let's do 9 because on the other side we took in $11. So this side, if we take in $9, turns out we're now putting the $11 from the put credit spread with the $9 from the call credit spread. We're collecting $20. Collecting $20 in premiums. You're leveraging or depositing, allowing the broker to block up $80 of collateral. That's a 20% return on your money today. 20% return on collateral. It doesn't even return on the investment because you haven't invested anything. It's a return on collateral. 20% return on collateral. If you are a part of our, if you follow me, collateral, hard to talk and type. If you're following me on Facebook, you probably see me post in the afternoons. I post our ROCs. And when you pick, what a ROC? It's a return on collateral. It's not a return on investment because we don't invest anything. We just put our collateral up. So a ROC is our return on collateral. Letting you know that's how much we made percentage wise. And I don't put the dollar figures there because the dollar figures are really relative to the individual or relative to the trade. The whole point is you're looking at how much did you return in percentage wise. And if you want more capital, you just leverage more capital and then you start increasing or multiplying the amounts. That's how you do that. Let's see if anything's happening on our charts. Okay, looks like we still roller coaster riding. Anybody ready for cracking? That's what. What's the big roller coaster up in Ohio at Kings Island? There's one on in where I'm down here in Disney. Space Mountain. Space Mountain's no more fun. It's kind of because there's much better roller coasters around now that are much better than the Space Mountain. When we first went to Space Mountain when I was a younger child, Space Mountain was the scariest thing ever. Got to be an adult, like Space Mountain ain't nothing. You got to go do the Kraken. Now, what's the one? I think it's called Kraken at Busch Gardens that you go in and it hangs you over the front and you're just hovering out there in the middle of nowhere. It's got a 90-degree drop. Most roller coasters don't have a 90-degree drop. They kind of have an angle to them. This is the engineer in me speaking up now. Most don't have a 90-degree drop. Cedar Point. Yep. I used to go to Cedar Point. And then and Kings Island and Geauga Lake. That's all up in Ohio. But most roller coasters have an angle to them, but this one at Busch Gardens in Tampa has a 90-degree drop where you literally fall straight down. And that's probably why they don't like you don't get there and keep going. You get to the edge of it and then it goes, you hang over the front and then it drops you straight down. It's not like you're not going and then you drop straight down because that's too much momentum That's a good way for your, for your junk to break. Again, the engineer in me says that you don't go into that kind of curve. Nobody goes into a 90-degree curve at full speed. You stop at the corner and then make a 90-degree turn, right? That's the way that works. That's the way that works. You don't be up there just speeding, going into a 90-degree curve. That's not how that works. So you see what's happening with our charts. It can't seem to get up even above this 200 period moving average. That seems to be the resistance area up here, which moving averages will operate as resistance and support, by the way. Okay. I believe I can fly. Sing R. Kelly. Where's my mouse? Oh, there it is. All righty. We've had a great day. Watch the rest of today. Continue to watch the market. And the reason I'm saying continue to watch the market is because you're watching to see how the market moves on these FOMC days or these kind of days. And then when it comes again, you'll have some experience or some knowledge about what it might do. The market never like exactly does the same thing, but at least if you can see like see how this volatility, see these super long wicks over here. It's a lot of volatility. That means this price in this 1 2-minute candle went from the open and the close. The high and the low. The high is 456 and the low is 455. So in this case, that's a 1-point move in 2 minutes. But if you were to change this to, or y'all aren't, I took it off the sharing of the screen. But if you were to look at that same candle, it went from 45.60 to 45.52 all in one candle. That's a 2-minute candle and an 8-minute move. $8 move, $8 move in 2 minutes. It's a lot of volatility, right? A lot of volatility. So you want to watch this kind of stuff, like put it in your notes. That way in the future, when these same things kind of come about, you got some experience. You got some experience with it when it comes back around. All righty. I believe I've covered what I wanted to cover today. I said that if you want to get in options as a seller, there's 3 times to get in options if you want to be a seller. The morning you can get in. Make sure that you're using a strategy that includes the PDT hack and the breakout. So you break out for direction, PDT hack to lock in your profits. So that way, if you're going to be in a trade in the SPX all day long, you lock in your money. You don't want to spend all day. The objective is that we enter a trade that we believe is going to expire worthless. The earlier you get in, the more opportunity you have for that not to happen. So you have to have something that helps to make sure that you can lock in your profits. If you want to get into the afternoon, you can do that. That way you've seen part of the day's price action and you got a little bit of an idea of where price is not going to go. If the afternoon, the evening, or late afternoon works better for you, 3:30, 3:45. We actually have a 3:45 strategy that we use. If you want to wait till then to get in on the trade, then you can do that too. There's money to be made at all 3 of those times. Some people do multiple. Some people do a PDT hack in the morning, get those trades locked in. They do our strategy in the afternoon, and they may wait to 3:45 and do another trade. We have some people who do, multiple of those things each day, and they're all daily money, baby, daily money. All right. If you're looking for me, please check me in all the places I mentioned. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel, please do. I appreciate it. We got over 500 subscribers. I'm excited about that. All righty. In this community, we do 2 things. What are those 2 things? We stay green and we get this money. All righty. I will talk to you all tomorrow. Everybody have a good evening. Talk later. Bye.